Support WrestleTalk!
Share this video on social media.
A special thank you to the craftsman Blake Carpenter for being an awesome pledgehammer on Patreon. R-Truth gets trapped in a crate. Big E returns to the ring. The wildcard rule is never referenced, so it and the brand split are essentially dead. And Shane McMahon celebrates himself. Again! And Chris Jericho just pulled out of AEW. Click the timestamps in the video description below to be taken to any of those stories right now. I am Chopper Pete Quinnell, filling in for Luke while he's on holiday. Have a super click party. This is gonna be weird, because I've got a step now, which kind of gets in the way, but here we go. Super click!
So weird.
By pressing the thumbs up, subscribe, and bell icons to enable notifications, and leave us a comment below answering the question of the day, which today is, when will Shane McMahon stop being the entire focus of every single episode of WWE television? And make sure to press the eye above my head to let me know what you thought of the show, where you can choose from Smackdown, Smacktastic, Smack Bang in the middle, Smackdowner, and a smack in the face. This is the 11th of June episode of Smackdown Live. The show opened with the announcement that Big E would be returning to the ring later in the night, as the New Day will take on Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Dolph Ziggler in a 6-man tag match. On paper, this sounds really fun, and I'm excited to see Big E back. The Miz came out next for the second Miz TV segment in 2 days, but this time he's been forced to host it by, you guessed it, Shane McMahon. Miz, wearing the greatest t-shirt I've ever seen, "Where can I buy one?" said that he's forced to read the script that was handed to him, but misread parts of it, calling Shane the pest of the world, which got a nice reaction from the crowd. This brought out Shane McMahon, flanked by the usual cronies of Elias and Drew McIntyre. I genuinely think WWE might have forgotten Elias was part of this little faction, as Miz introduced Drew and Shane, and not Elias, and there wasn't a stall set up for him in the ring. There's so many different people involved in Shane and Baron's respective clans, it's hard to keep track. Miz fired up and said all of Shane McMahon's accomplishments were tainted, which he's not wrong about. Shane cuts a Shane promo. Miz introduces a video of a backstage interview with Roman Reigns. Drew cuts basically the same promo he did on Raw, and Shane comments that at Stomping Grounds Time to Kick Ass and Take Names, Drew will kick ass and take names. Shane then seemingly continues his feud with The Miz, offering Miz the chance to face him again tonight if he can beat Elias and then Drew beforehand. Miz then beats Elias in a quick match following a skull-crushing finale after a missed elbow drop, and then Drew hops in and takes the offense over Miz. Drew picks up the win over Miz following a Shane distraction. Because absolutely nothing makes sense, Shane then says he'll fight Miz anyway, and after a brief flurry of offense from Miz, Shane locks in a triangle and Miz taps. At least, Shane is now off the show, though that did take up the first half an hour. Speaking of things that don't make sense, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville are backstage angering Ember Moon again, which is apparently also a feud that still exists. SmackDown Tag Team Champions Bryan and Rowan enter next and introduce the YOLO County Tag Team Champions, who are holding cardboard championships. What the hell is this? One of them happens to be AJ Kirsch, who does a lot of voiceover work for WWE 2K. It's nice to see they treat him with respect here, as they can't remember his name on commentary. Heavy Machinery interrupt and say the Planet people are avoiding their challenge for a championship match, and instead Bryan and Rowan say Heavy Machinery should face the YOLO County Champions. I'm still not sure what a YOLO County is, but let's go with it. Heavy Machinery win with a quick squash match, and Bryan and Rowan walk away. R-Truth is backstage saying that he won back his 24/7 title at 49,000 feet Celsius. God, I love R-Truth. Before he and Carmella hear a noise. As cover, Truth hides in a production crate, which turns out to be locked. Carmella's match is next, so she leaves him behind, as Mahal appears and shows more charisma here than he ever did as WWE champion, impersonating Carmella before running to find a crowbar to get Truth out. This was rather funny. Sonya Deville versus Carmella was next, which was fine. Deville won after a Mandy Rose distraction. Alexa Bliss was backstage with Nikki Cross and cuts almost the same promo from Raw. Again, Cross versus Bayley is confirmed for later in the night. Oh, Sacramento! Don't you dare be sour! He's not even been gone that long, but man, I have missed Big E as part of the New Day. It was great to see him back here, and the New Day came out to cut a promo welcoming Big E back. Wood says he'll make the match quick so he can get back to E3. I don't blame him at all, and you can follow along with our gaming and movie channel Screenstalker as we cover all the goings on from E3 this week. Subscribe to us over there now. Big E Biggie had a nice line saying that if he had a title for every return, he'd be Charlotte Flair. But then, the come down happened as Ziggler interrupted and cut the same promo he's been cutting for weeks. He introduces a video package recapping Xavier interfering at Super Showdown, which then Kofi attempts to defend before Owens and Zayn interrupt. Zayn says that the fans have double standards when it comes to interferences, and if someone had kicked Kofi in the face, we would all be screaming for justice. But since it was against Ziggler, no one cares. And you know what? He's absolutely right. Kofi then says, at Stomping Grounds time to kick ass and take names, he's going to kick ass and take names. God, I hate this tagline. Aleister Black then cuts another promo, this time screaming at an open door, begging someone to pick a fight with him. I feel like a solution to this would be to go and find your own fight, but what do I know? Bayley versus Nikki Cross was next, and this was a standard affair, with Bayley picking up the win with an elbow drop. I don't understand this Nikki storyline at all. Are we supposed to cheer or boo her? She's clearly being manipulated by Bliss, but she's facing off against Bayley and helps Bliss to win, so boo her? Cheer her? I don't know, it's dumb. Mahal's back, crowbar and referee in tow, but R-Truth is about to be shipped off in the crate to Los Angeles for Raw next week, which Mahal just accepts and says, okay, let's go to Raw. Truth will be left in there for 6 days. He could die, for God's sake. Who knew the 24/7 title meant so much? This was a bit of an anticlimactic finish to an initially funny segment. Because SmackDown is back to being the Raw replay show, and we haven't had enough of the same segments from Raw again, we've got a Firefly Funhouse replay. Then finally, it was the main event, and at the very least, this was fun. There was a huge Big E hot tag towards the end, which the crowd was super into, with Kofi hitting the Trouble in Paradise on both Ziggler and Zayn to pick up the win. Overall, this was a below average show. There weren't many redeemable factors, but at least the main event was solid, so you left the show with a nice feeling. Once again, too much Shane, and no stories really felt like they progressed at all. Actually, what are the stories? Are there any stories? This week's episode was a Smackdowner. And now, over to Ollie for the news.
Great review, Pete! You can also watch Pete with El Fakador, Laurie Blake and housemate Simon running through all the biggest video game news from E3 on our gaming channel Screen Stalker, where today they're talking the huge reveal of Nintendo's new Zelda sequel. Speaking of Nintendo properties, a wild Chad Gable appeared on last night's Smackdown. Pokemon segue. After starting the year as a Raw Tag Team Champion alongside Bobby Roode, I forgot that happened too! Gable has been hardly used in WWE until last night, where he not only had a random cameo taking notes during a backstage Apollo Crews segment, he also debuted on 205 Live. Yay. Yesterday, 205 Live General Manager Drake Maverick, because there are no authority figures in WWE anymore, announced he'd bring a special surprise along to last night's episode. Many were concerned it'd just be Johnny Gargano's third random main roster call-up, but it ended up being Gable complete with new shorter hair. Chad beat Jack Gallagher in his first televised win since January's Royal Rumble pre-show. While 205 Live TV time may be better than no TV time, maybe. The limitations of WWE's Cruiserweight brand has caused at least one wrestler to walk out in the past to eventually end up with AEW. But then again, PAC ended up having to cancel a match with them too. The former Neville in WWE PAC was scheduled to wrestle Hangman Page at AEW's debut show Double or Nothing, but reportedly pulled out because of creative differences. With the Wrestling Observer reporting it was because he didn't want to lose while still holding his beloved Dragon Gate's top title. Instead, PAC wrestled Page at the UK's hottest new indie promotion, and WrestleTalk endorsed WrestleGate a week early. AEW co-executive vice president Cody Rhodes has now confirmed as much to comicbook.com, but teases that doesn't rule out PAC from AEW completely. It's kind of a current ongoing situation in terms of creative differences, and really the only thing I can say about it, because it is an ongoing situation, is that PAC is still part of AEW. It's something we're actively working on and making it happen. He's a big part of AEW. It's unlikely the situation will be resolved in time for AEW's next pay-per-view Fyter Fest on the 29th of June, which the promotion appear to have added an extra, most likely kayfabe, piece of drama. Kenny Omega revealed at the E3 gaming convention on Monday, subscribe to our video gaming channel Screen Stalker for all the latest news on that Fyter Fest will be airing free online via Bleacher Report Live. Both AEW and the promotion's TV network TNT confirmed the news the following day. Rhodes said of the announcement, "I'm thrilled that we get to do it for free. That was such a huge decision and I'm so excited. I mean, Jon Moxley's first match in AEW for free? It's great!" But Chris Jericho, the man who'll be fighting for the inaugural AEW Championship at August 31st's All Out, wasn't so thrilled about the decision to give the show away for free. In protest of Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks' foolish decision to give the Fyter Fest live stream away to AEW wrestling fans for free, I am pulling out of the event. I refuse to be associated with such shameless pandering. The joke is, Jericho was never booked for this event in the first place, and him pulling out is likely a way to get heel heat from fans, and to also build on the marketing campaign's parody of botched luxury music festival, the Fyre Festival, an event from 2017 that in no way delivered on its flashy social media influencer promotion, something which Slipknot's Corey Taylor immediately got in on. Was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but I've decided to pull out of Fyter Fest because of unsafe conditions and a lack of real consideration for the talent or the fans, standing in solidarity with Chris Jericho. And I hope that this will be a reminder that we must be strong. To which Omega replied, "Please check DMs. I'm positive we can make this work. By the way, love the new masks and album. Call me panicked face emoji, squirty emoji." Nintendo have announced a new Zelda sequel. Click the video on the right to find out all the latest E3 news on our gaming channel Screen Stalker, and give them a subscribe by pressing the button right here. I've been Ollie Davis, and that was wrestling.